What's up, guys? I am here in the Commissioner's Suite chatting with the Director of the Detroit City of Design Initiatives, Ellie Schneider. How you doing, Ellie?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. So tell us about the Design Core Detroit. What is it?
We are an economic development organization that's focused on championing Detroit design. We believe that design plays a fundamental role in building a strong economy here, so we work with designers to help strengthen their business and help build a market for their services. We host events like Detroit Month of Design and the Drinks by Design series to help highlight local talent and show people all the ways in which design are playing a role in our economy here. And most important, we represent Detroit in the UNESCO Creative Cities Network as the first and only UNESCO City of Design in the United States.
And why is Detroit such an important city in terms of design?
We have an incredible design legacy, but what people don't know is that Detroit continues to have a huge design economy today. So we are home to the highest concentration of industrial and commercial designers in the United States, actually 13 times more than anywhere else in the country. And so we're really trying to show that design exists in all different shapes and sizes here, and that if we really invest in design and utilize it, we can really build a better local region here and really use design to improve people's quality of life.
Well said, Ellie, I like that. So what are the Commerce Design Detroit Awards?
So the Commerce Design Awards were actually a program that was developed in Montreal, which is another UNESCO City of Design, over 20 years ago. And the goal of the awards is to really celebrate the role that design plays in strengthening local businesses in the city. So we give awards to any type of business at any size with any budget to really show whether you are a large hotel or a restaurant or even just a neighborhood laundromat. Design can really strengthen any business, can make it a better place for people in the local community and visitors to spend time and money, and that if we invest in design, ultimately we are investing in brick and mortar businesses throughout the city.
So we're obviously here in the Detroit Foundation Hotel, so why is the design here so appealing?
So the Foundation Hotel was one of our 10 winners for the first version of the Commerce Design Awards. Okay. And what we love about this building is that it really demonstrates the potential for historic preservation in Detroit. This building used to originally be the headquarters for the Detroit Fire Department. It sat vacant for several years before Macintosh Porras came to redevelop it. And we are really thrilled with how they really preserved the best elements of this building, but also incorporated all this new design into it as well. So they worked with over 45 local artists and designers to create the fixtures, the furniture, the lighting, and the artwork that you see in the space. And I think it really captures that unique Detroit identity, so it doesn't just feel like a hotel that could be anywhere in the world.
All right, thank you so much, Ellie. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, now here are the first 5 Commerce Design Award winners now.
The response to our showroom has been unbelievable. We have people coming in every day just in awe over the way this showroom looks. They are so thankful, especially people from the community, that we stayed in the community, that we actually brought something that the community really needed. So our main design challenge was just taking 3 buildings and making it all into one. The walls, the grade of the elevations of the building, finding areas to put our displays, especially the working displays. Working with a professional designer, they know all the unknowns. They're familiar with the codes, they work with the inspectors, they understand what they need to do to get the job done.
When dealing with these old Detroit buildings, they're often turned inside out. After years of neglect and turning away from public life, you're faced with storefronts that haven't been open to the city life and buildings that are basically entered from the rear as opposed to the front. So we spent a good year's worth of planning while the building was still occupied before we had full access, figuring out what made sense for the business and what made sense for the city.
The city of Detroit supported us, the community supported us. We've been down here for 98 years, and with that, everything just came true for us, and it's been amazing.
We really looked to handmade products and to create a space that when you came in, it felt almost like it was a second home to you. But I'd say the biggest piece is when you come in that door and you kind of get to see all these seating areas, you look onto an open commercial kitchen that it's not trying to hide or be something that it isn't.
The response from clientele has been really lovely. We were not sure how people would respond to sitting communally and to an open kitchen, and it seems that customers are really loving it. They love to see and feel the interaction with an open kitchen. It is important to work with a designer You don't go to a butcher for fruit and vegetables. You don't hire a valet to wash your dishes or vice versa. Kiki and I had ideas in our heads that we had no idea how to put into play, and there is no way that we could have created the concept and the ideas into the actual, the literal, the physical, the functional, the aesthetic of our space and what we do here at Folk without the professional expertise of Chris Stefani.
What was important to me was approachability. We didn't want to have a wine store where it was just so upscale and people walk in here and they think that the product line was more than what they could afford. So how do you have an upscale wine shop in a blue collar market? So he kind of solved it with the design.
The design choices came about because of the conversations we had with the client about their new approach to wine, trying to make it in every person's drink, trying to appeal to a broader market, making it more approachable and something that would sort of captivate and catch their attention.
Wine is a kind of funny thing. It's like temperature control, shelve it for credibility, and most importantly, reason why we've been able to retain some of the top people that's in the business, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact because of the design. So I think he actually laid the catalyst for us to be able to get going, and as a result, we've won all kind of awards. If it's best in hour, best in WDIV, best in design, and I think it started just with him.
We like to think that we've proven to other businesses that design is a complete package when it comes to having a successful business. Clientele has responded very well to the design. People love the facade. People love the artwork that we have on the wall. They even love the name and the meaning behind it. And I think we did a great job of capturing all that in one space. We work with Who's That, and Joshua Smith is the owner. It was a great experience. He's very innovative. I think Josh did a great job with the logo. I think it's very marketable, recognizable. People tend to love it and they gravitated towards it. I'm working with Josh again on another project, and I think we'll bring him in with our second location for Cuzzo's as well. I just think it's proven to me to be a great marriage and a great partnership in terms of getting your business where you want to go.
This was new construction, and that has its benefits, of course. But we had the challenge of blending it into the park and blending it into the fact that we wanted to really reflect Detroit and Detroit's history.
When we started the design process, we realized that it had to connect to its urban context and be a building that was at first an architectural design that was about urban design.
Usually you kind of operate, and we'll get to this later when you're opening a big project, whereas this was nothing could be left undone. Everything had to be perfect.
Since the park has been built, $140 million in new investments in the immediate area have been announced, and therefore we believe that the beacon is working.